Alright, this is take 2. For some reason, my computer decided to start over without my permission. And I lost audio, so we're going to start over. I'll start with just the hand stretches. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I mean, that's really kind of crazy. But I don't know. I've been having a little bit of trouble with my computer lately, and I'm not sure why, but lucky for me, I have a son who can come over, probably troubleshoot it for me. But anyway, what I was talking about was hand stretches, and I don't know how far we got with the hand stretches, so I'll show them to you again. So that, for some reason, doesn't do, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so hand stretches. The graphic is posted in the community, and I'll post it in the comments. So the first one is the wrist flex, and you should do these 10 to 15 seconds. And what you're going to do is gently pull your fingers back towards you. So you're going to go like this, and very gently, very gently. You don't want to go hard. Just enough to feel that stretch. Right? That's going to stretch your forearm here. So that's what that does. The next one is the wrist extension. It's going to stretch wrist, and wrist extension will stretch the top of your wrist. Woo! Say that 10 times fast. You're going to hold your hand out, and you're just going to gently pull down. You're going to go push down. You're just going to gently push down to the, by not letting it, by not going like this, holding out and pushing it down. The third one is I'm going to improve dexterity with those fingers, right, so your fingers don't cramp. And it's going to be thumb touches, and it's one of my favorites. I use it when I play the ukulele or other instruments. So you're going to take your thumbs and you're going to touch your pinky, your ring, your number 1 in traffic, and your pointer finger. And then go back. Pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. And do that a couple of times. That really, really stretches those fingers out very good. You know, I can't believe I could do that together. Oh well. The next one is the fireworks. You're going to pull fists. You're going to have fist, 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 fist. You're going to hold tight, 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 and then you're going to let it go. So you're going to hold a fist tight, and then you're going to stretch your hand. And do it again like that, and that will relieve all that palm tension. And the fifth one is wrist circles, or the bob and roll, and you're just going to go like this, right? You're going to, there you go. Just roll your wrist around, like so. See? That's your stretches. So the next thing we were talking about is the tools. I was going to talk about tools real quick. That what you really need to crochet is yarn and a hook. Other tools are going to help you. Scissors. You're going to want scissors. If you're counting rows or stitches, or you're doing a pattern, you might want to count rows, right? So I use a pad of paper and a pen. Those are your basics, actually. Just your basics. And I suppose you can use a knife to cut your yarn or chew through it. I saw some lady one time sitting there crocheting, and when she's done, she just a bit the yarn. Weird. I was like, ugh. But other things you might want to use that are available, I do recommend a ruler of some kind, or a measuring tape of some kind. So when you're doing your, like we talked about, you're doing your 4x4 square, you know that when you hit the 4 inches, and then you can count your stitches to see if you, I'm dropping things on the floor, to see if you hit your gauge. So, and like we talked about, sorry about that, I had to get myself, as we talked about last week, gauge is kind of important, especially if you're making clothing or things that you want to piece together really well. So, other things you're going to want. You're going to want a big-eyed needle. If you're sewing things together, sometimes the big eye, get your yarn through, much better. So you're going to want a needle. You might want stitch markers, right? For me, it helps, especially if I'm crocheting in the round, or if I'm making something that I'm going to have to put row 2 to, you know, 3rd row and match up so I can sew together. But the stitch marker is just that. It marks your stitch. So you know, I started here. This one's not my favorite, but it works, especially if you're reading a pattern and it says something like put the eyeballs on round 6. You know that's where your round 6 is, because it can go on the side. It could be, so this one stays there for a while. It could be in the middle of things, so you can crochet over it. Like so. This is a double crochet. If you remember, it's wrap around, go through the V, pull through, go through the V, pull through 2, wrap around, through the V, pull through 2, and this is our stitch marker. And we can just do the same thing. We can go right through it, pull 2, and we can go the other side. Wrap around, through the V, pull through, grab your yarn, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So as you can see, your stitch marker that locks it can be handy. Like so. Another thing that's nice to have is these fun things. Man, I break these a lot, but these are stuffers. So you can use, they're kind of multi-purpose, so you can use it as a big needle if you wanted. But what I use these for is when I'm stuffing and I need to stuff into the little holes, I can get this into the little areas that you're going to stuff. There's other things you can use. You can use kebab skewers. You can use a pen. You can use a pencil. I like these just because I like that I can get them into the corners with this side or flat through that side. They're very useful. There's multiple uses for them. I will add links in the broadcast or later where you can purchase these items. I will be doing it through Amazon, and if you do purchase it through my link, I do get a small commission. Another thing that you might want is a stitch counter. Instead of using pen and paper, you can use a stitch counter. This one, and you see that goes through, and then if you want to start over, you can move it back up to 0. It goes to 99. And then each row or each stitch, whatever. I use it for the rows. It has a nice lock on it, and you can put a cord through it. You can put a cord through it and hang it if you want. I use this a lot. I use it a lot. I use it for rows, counting rows, because it's easier for me to click the thing than do the hashtag. Another thing that people use, which I don't, are tension holders. This one's a little snake, but it's a ring. You put it on there, and then as you're crocheting, I'm not very good at using these things. Anyway, as you crochet, your yarn comes through. Sorry about that. And hooks on the snake, and it helps you with tension. I don't really use them. I tried to use them. Somebody gave me a bunch. But people, it's a tension, so you can hook it on there or on the head. That's the thing you can use. Another thing I have is it's basically a bobbin, but it's leather. It's just a leather bobbin so that I can go through those hard spots when I'm sewing. And last but not least, we did the hand. Remember, we just did the hand things. Uh-oh, Iron Man just fell down. Show you. I got excited. Iron Man lives on my desk, and he just crashed. Our handies are, this one's called Creative Comfort. Handies are just that. You put them on. So you put them on, and they come up. This one's cotton. You can buy them in copper and other types, but they're basically a stretchy little glove that you can wear that as you crochet. So as you crochet, it moves with your hand. You have your fingers, but it warms up your hand, and it massages them actually, and some are better than others. I'll tell you a real secret. I hate seams. So I usually wear mine inside out because I don't like the seam, and it works just the same. I just don't like those. I don't like them on my side. I don't like them. So, but those are some of the tools you might want to use or have. None of them, other than the first ones I showed you, are necessary, but they're nice to have. So we went over how to warm up our hands, stretch our hands a little bit. Some of the tools you might want to use. And I'm going to go ahead and move on here. Excuse me 1 minute. Thank you very much. Yes, I do stretch a lot. Thank you for your question. So if you remember, we're going to do it again. We went over the chain here, starting chain, your foundation. We're building the walls now, like this, right? You had your single crochets right through here. You have your double crochets, and now we're doing triple crochet. You had your single crochets, and now we had your double crochets. Let me finish the double crochet, and then we'll go on to the triple crochet. So why I'm doing this, remember you go over your hook, through the V, through two, through two, over the hook, through the V, pull through two, through two, over, under, through, grab, through, grab, through. Get more yarn out of here. Okay, ready? Over, under, see how it looks? Grab, pull through. Grab, pull through. Grab, pull through. Over, under, through, through, through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go super slow. Over. You're going to bring your yarn hook around. You're going to come through the V or under the V. You're going to grab some yarn, pull through. You're going to, however you grab the yarn, I don't care if you do it this way. I do it this way. It seems easier for me. You can do it that way. Some people like that. As you can see, it's awkward for me, so I don't do it that way. You can do it any way you want. go through, go through. A few more. Well, remember we talked about mistakes. If you make them, that's awesome. Proud of you. So that's our crochet, or double crochets. Okay. So to do a triple crochet, these are our singles, these are our doubles. You can count rows. If you look, this is our starting foundation here, right? Don't always count that, okay? But you see you have 2, 2, 2, right? So you're going to count 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go the other side, foundation row. 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and if you look at the top to count, you're going to count the V's to count how many stitches. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's right here. I need to do one more, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I can't count. There should be 20 stitches because we started with 20. We didn't count the turning chain as a stitch. So now we're going to do a triple crochet. A triple crochet is like a double crochet with a single crochet on top, kind of. So you're going to do 3 single crochets, which will make 1 triple crochet. So just like the double crochet, we're going to yarn over, but we're going to do it twice. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, because we're doing a triple, and turn. We were doing the double, we'd do 2 for the turning chain. If we were doing a single, we'd do 1. It makes it easier to remember. Turn your work. This is our first chain. Our first stitch. These are the chains. 1, 2, 3. Show you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is our chain. This is our first stitch. If you pull it up, so it goes like that, you can see that this is our first stitch. Okay, so with the double crochet, we yarned over our hook once. We're going to do it again. So you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. 3 loops. You're going to go through the crochet under the V, right? You're going to grab, just like all the stitches, you're going to grab the yarn and pull through. You will now have 4 loops on the hook. We're going to pull it through 3 times. So you can go yarn over, 1. Sorry about that. I'm using a way too big hook so you can see, so it's funny. So we're going to pull through, go through 2. Grab the yarn, pull through, go through 2. 2, and then pull through. I'll show that again. So 1, 2. Under your V. Pull the yarn through. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on your crochet hook. Grab the yarn. You're going to go through 2 of the loops. So you're going to grab your yarn and go through 1, 2 loops. So now you have 3 left. Grab the yarn and go through 2 loops. You should have 2 loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and go through. That's a triple crochet. And as you can see, it's bigger than the double. Let's do that again. So 1, 2. You put 2 loops on there plus the loop from the previous stitch. Under your V, when you pull the yarn through, you can see you create another loop. See that? You've created another loop on the stitch, on the hook, excuse me. Am I keeping you awake, Texas? The cat just meowed at me. Grab your yarn, and as you can see, you're pulling a loop through 2 loops. That's why you have 3 left. Grab your yarn, you're going to pull a loop through 2 loops, and you're going to end up with 2. Grab your yarn and go through 2. Grab some more yarn out of here. You know, these easy come from the middles don't always work. That's what your triple crochet looks like. It's an easy stitch. It's not as difficult as it looks, but when you're reading it, sometimes it's a little hard to understand. So basically you're creating loops and pulling loops through, and you're making decorative knots. So over, over, under, grab through 2, grab through 2, grab through 2. Okay, let's try that again. Round twice. Under, grab through, grab hook, and through 2. You have 3. You have 2. So the reason it's called a triple crochet is you're making 3 single crochets. Remember, a single crochet is through, through, and through, right? So you have 2 loops. So when you're making a triple crochet, so that's your single crochet. So a single crochet is just through, pull a loop through, you have 2, pull through. Double crochet is around once, you have 2 loops. Under, pull through, and you're going to go through 2 loops and 2 loops, so 2 single crochets. Again, you have 2, right? So single crochets, you pull through 2, right? Pull through 2. So a triple crochet is 3 singles. So you pull through, you're going to take your yarn, you're going to pull through, that's 1 single crochet. That's another single crochet. That's the 3rd. That's why it's called a triple crochet. Look at that little pattern we made, huh? Like a roller coaster. Whee! So, you're doing 3 single crochets or a triple crochet. And when you look at a pattern, it says TC is the abbreviation. So you go under, pull through 4 loops, pull through 2, grab, pull through 2, grab, pull through 2. That's a triple crochet. I think people get intimidated because it looks hard, right? I think the two most intimidating things to a new crocheter is fancier stitches, such as a triple crochet or half crochet or a half double crochet, things like that, and turning the work. I think that's the hardest for people. So around and around. So you have 3 loops for triple crochet. You're going to go under the top of the previous stitch. You're going to grab some yarn and pull it through. So you now have 4 loops on your crochet hook. Grab the yarn and pull through 2. You now have 3. Grab the yarn, pull through 2. You now have 2 loops. Grab the yarn and pull through 2. Nice thing about the triple crochet is you can see the post much easier, the space, and the top of each stitch a little easier. Top, post, space. Around and around, under, grab, pull through 2. Grab, pull through 2. Grab, pull through 2. So over and over, 3 loops for a triple crochet. Under the top of the previous crochet row, stitch in the previous row. So under the top of the stitch in the previous crochet row. Pull through 2. Grab, pull through 2. Grab, pull through 2. Do it again. Over and over, 3 loops. Under the top of the stitch in the previous row. This is the stitch of the previous row. That's the top. Pull through. Grab, pull, grab, pull, grab, pull. 3 times. So you're going to pull through 2 stitches 3 times to make a triple crochet. You're going to pull through 2 times to make a double crochet. You pull through once to make a single. So 3 loops on your hook for triple crochet. You're going to go under the top of the stitch in the previous row, like that. You're going to grab your yarn. You're going to pull it under the top of the stitch in the previous row. I'm liking tongue twisters today. You're going to grab your yarn. You're going to pull it through 2 1 time. Grab the yarn, pull it through 2 3 times. Grab the yarn and pull it through 3 times. That's a triple crochet. Let's continue to the end. Round and around and under, through, grab, through, grab, through, grab, through. Over and over, under, grab, through 2 1, through 2 2, through 2 3. I just realized I tend to go like this, right? That is helping keep tension a little bit for me. You can just go like that if you want. You don't have to do fancy feet, right? It doesn't matter. If you go online, so many people have so many rules about how you should crochet and how to make it modern and how to do this, and it's better stitching it this way and that way and the other way. And honestly, if you're just beginning, it's an ancient art. Nothing's changed. The stitches are still the stitches. The techniques are still the techniques. They might add one. They might add an extra one. They might have a better idea. But techniques are just techniques. And basically, it's all the same. It's just a funner way to say it. Or it confuses beginners. It confuses people because you don't need to be that fancy. So we have 3 loops. We're going to go under the top of the stitch of the previous row. And we're going to grab our yarn. We're going to go through. Grab our yarn and go through. Grab our yarn and go through. Grab our yarn and go through. Look at you making triple crochets. Like the boss. Through. 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 Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So how we turn a triple crochet? Well, it just depends. When you're reading the pattern, it will say, it'll tell you what to do. But if you're doing your own thing and you want to do more triple crochets, you're going to do 3 chains. If you're doing a double crochet, you want to do 2 chains. If you're going to do a single crochet, you do 1 chain before you turn. Some people don't do chains to turn. Some people don't do that many turns. Some people turn it and then chain. Really, you know, when you're learning, learn the stitch first, but just figure out your stitches, and then you'll be able to figure out how to make your things even, right? I mean, there's much ado about even sides. Most of the time, if you're doing a blanket, you're going to end up with this, with a border on it. If you're making creatures, nobody's going to see the ends, right? This was done all in single crochet in the round for the most part. You can kind of see right here, and it was done in the round. This was definitely hand crocheted because I did it in cotton thread. So we're going to, for the sake of learning, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our work. If you look at it, you can see your chains, right? This is like, most people really have a hard time seeing the chain. So you can see your chain here. This is your first stitch. You can see the post and the top and the space. So if you look here, there's your chain, 1, 2, 3. There's the top. Your chain has no posts. Your chain has, let's see if I get this thing to, that's a chain, that's a chain, that's a chain. This is a post. So you're going to go there. Right? I'll show you the other way so you can see it. So we're going to turn it first, chain 1, 2, 3. That's your, there's your post, there's your stitch, top of your stitch, there's the 3 chains. I guess that helps people. So you're going to do the same. You're going to go around 3 times. You're going to go through the top of the stitch, under, through, through, through. That's a triple crochet. Like such. Right? That's your triple crochet. Don't be intimidated by it. I think you're doing wonderful. I really do. I really don't know how long I've been on here since we had to, my computer's, right? So, and hopefully you've been hearing me this whole time. I don't know what's up with the computer. We'll figure that out. Are there any questions about a single crochet? You see what we did here? Just to show you when I was showing you the stitches. This is a triple, triple, triple. See that? Triple, triple. And then we went straight down into a single crochet, a single crochet, a double, and then a triple. So you can see here, single, double, triple. So it kind of goes like that. So I think next week we will go over half double crochet and start talking about how to read a pattern, because pretty soon we're going to be doing gonna make a bear, and I will take you through step by step. I will take you through how to read the pattern and how to understand what it's saying to you, so you could be able to read any pattern, really. I mean, we'll put up a translation, because once you speak crochet, you'll get it. It's a little bit of a language, but you'll get it. It will make sense, especially when you know your stitches. So, for example, we learned single crochet, that would be SC in a pattern. Double crochet would be DC. Triple crochet would be TC. Yeah, so I think I saw a very old pattern, really old pattern, and it was like right after the Victorian era or something, and they wrote it all out, so there was no abbreviations. The other thing that you can learn, and I'm not going to be able to teach you, although I do understand it, and maybe I'll go over it briefly, is visual patterns. They use them a lot in Europe, where the lines they show you what the thing looks like, and they'll have the lines. So like 2 lines means a double crochet and a triple crochet and all that. It's a little bit different. Since I taught myself crochet, I had to figure this all out myself. I did not have the benefit of YouTube. I did not have the benefit of AI or Google. I taught it myself. I just had the book, and I could go to the back, and they kind of showed a diagram of what the stitch was supposed to be looking like. So I just taught myself. Today you can go crazy just YouTubing, right? But anyway, I think you should be proud of yourself. You did a triple crochet, and you know now that 3 loops on there mean you're doing a triple crochet, and then you're going to pull your yarn through 1, 2, 3 times. 2 loops on there mean you're doing a double crochet, and you're going to pull your loop through 1, 2. I don't think you saw that. 2 loops, double crochet, right? So 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook is a triple crochet, and it means you're going to pull your yarn through 2 loops 3 times. 2 loops on your hook mean you're doing a double crochet, and you're going to pull your yarn through 1, 2 hoops. 1 loop on your hook means you're pulling through 2 loops once, single crochet. So 1 loop, single. 2 loops, it's a double. 1, 2. 3 loops, it's a triple. So a triple crochet is 3 single crochets put together. So a single crochet is 1 through 2 loops, right? Double crochet, put it through, and you're going 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. A triple crochet is you're making 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. So round twice, under, pull through, 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's your single crochet. And guess what? It's not straight because I'm making a hole there. But that's triple crochet. I think you can do it. Practice away. Next week we'll start talking about how to read patterns. Start talking about a half double crochet. And once you've learned the single, the double, the triple, and then the half double crochet, those are the 4 foundational stitches that will make most of your patterns. Most of the things you make will be those 4 stitches. Yes, there are other stitches. You can have a double, triple crochet. You can have a there's other stitches. I can't think of them right now. You can have a under post, over post. You can do all kinds of things. But the foundation is, if you know how to do a single, double, triple, and a half double crochet, you can do most of them. So thank you, and we'll see you next week. Had to think about that because I'm going to be going on vacation. It's coming up. It's going to be our 40th wedding anniversary, so we're going to go off and play. So y'all have a wonderful day. Practice your double crochet, and we'll see you next week.